On behalf of BlackAtlas.com, we are delighted to introduce you to Grannies on Safari.
We had an idea for a television show.
The show would be about connections we made with people around the world.
We are best friends and have been for more than 30 years.
As grannies, we still have a lot of exploring to do. Barbados is an important island in the Caribbean and is most known for its culture and history.
We boarded our tour van and set off to see the island of Barbados.
Our first stop was the Barbados Museum. Well, I've done a little reading about the institution, and I'm very impressed by your mission, which is educational, informative, and I'd like to know a little bit about the institution in general from you.
This was once a military prison. That's the first thing.
Okay.
And as such, there's some challenges with that. We have done the best that we can do to turn it into a museum that tells about the history of Barbados, our natural history, which includes our birds and our plants. We can't tell everything. And about our coral reefs and how the island came to be, you know, coral-covered island. So we've touched on a whole variety of things so that the average visitor can get a feeling of the sense of the island once they get here. Maybe it's the first thing you should do when you come to Barbados.
I think so. I would think so.
Yes, it gives you a good overview of the island.
Regina, come here. I have something very special to show you.
There was an old boat in the courtyard that intrigued both of
I
us.
always wanted my own canoe, and now I have it. It's already named for me.
It's called Pat Pat Boat.
But the only thing, what's the problem? It looks so old and decrepit. You know what? I don't know if it's seaworthy. We also spoke with the deputy director of the museum.
Mr. Lothfield, Thomas, I'm going to call you. We are sitting here in this wonderful kind of a veranda at this former prison, huh?
Yes, this was a prison for the British military garrison. And this island served as the main barracks and military outposts for the British Empire in the Caribbean. So in the days of square-rigged sailing ships, you could sail from here downwind to beat up anybody else, but they couldn't come back at you. So this is where they were. And of course, in everybody's army, there are always people who misbehave and have to be corrected, and this was the correctional facility for that military garrison. The garrison left here in 1905, and these buildings were then used as private residences and apartments for let. And in 1933, it became the home of the Barbados Museum. This island has always been one of, if not the wealthiest, most stable and secure islands in the Caribbean.
Now, you said this was a peculiar island and it shouldn't be here. Why is that?
I can't answer that question in this little interview.
Okay.
The short answer is the islands to our west, the true Caribbean islands, are volcanic. And it's one tectonic plate going down under another, just like the west coast of the United States. The geology of this island is wonderfully complex. We are like a snowplow being pushed with the plates coming together, and the junk and the debris has been pushed up. Geologists have a field day here, really. Where we are is not very old, not much over 100,000 years old. On the east side of the island, it's like 100 million years old.
Oh, that's really quite different,
So
isn't it?
it's quite peculiar in that sense.
Thank you, Doctor.
Indeed. Thank you.
We'll just sit here for a while and just cool out, right?
All right.
Yeah.
When Regina was here 30 years ago, she saw monkeys and kept bugging the driver about seeing them this time.
Yeah, sometimes you see them and sometimes you don't, but
I told Pat there were monkeys, and the driver took us to see them.
Yeah, a scrawny monkey on a string, trolling for dollars.
What kind of monkey species is that?
green monkey wonder.
A gray monkey?
Our next stop, a heritage park with a stately mansion home.
Tyrol Cottage was built in 1854 as the home of Sir Grantley Adams, a founding father of Barbados.
The rooms are furnished with Barbadian antiques.
The property included the Heritage Village, which was filled with recreated chattel houses.
Our guide explained how the houses were constructed and moved.
You don't take them down board by board, you take them down side by side. You put them on the truck and you move them.
The site also had working craftsmen studios.
It's what you call a Jamaican ackee.
An ackee. Yeah, I've heard of ackee. They're poisonous.
They're poisonous when they're closed. When they open up, then they're fully ripe, and that's when you can touch them. And it's yellow, all right, if you burst it open.
Look at the seed.
Look at it.
So
That's
what
the
do you do with the seed?
Okay, the seed you can plant, replant again, all right? But this part, this fleshy part, is the one that you eat. Okay, which you cook it with all the different spices and onion and sweet pepper and garlic and everything, and then you put saltfish with it.
Yum.
It's a Jamaican dish.
Everything's everywhere.
Flowers were everywhere on the island.
Wonderful. I know I like the orchids especially. I think they're really super.
And our next experience,
The Andromeda Botanic Gardens.
exotic flowers and tropical woodlands.
What a way to end our visit to Barbados. Catch you in the air.